Hello, my name is Will Blackburn, Multimedia Coordinator for Rank&File, but more importantly, your host. And today I'm welcoming you to the first episode of this season for the Rank&File Podcast. And today, I have some friends with me.
I'm Eleanor McAden. I am the online editor for Rank&File.
Hi, I'm Reyna Berry. I'm the features editor for Rank&File.
Today, we're gonna mostly be talking about introductions since this is the first episode of the season. We're gonna tell you basically what we're gonna be doing this season. This season, I plan to do a lot more with the podcast since we've only done it once before. And it was very short. It was mostly a news podcast, but this year we wanted to add more, personnel.
No hate to our predecessors.
No, we're not.
Actually, let's play what the intro of that podcast was.
Oh, yeah. So, we're still working on an intro, thinking about whether we're going to have, a musical intro. But the last podcast crew had a very iconic intro. So, let's give it a listen.
Rank&File Podcast. Rank&File Podcast. Cast your rod into the ocean blue. Podcast time full of martial news. All the details, all the scoop. Staying in the loop, whoop, shoot, doop, ba-doo.
All right. So, there you have it. We'd love to hear your interpretation of that, your
opinions.
Yeah, your opinions on it. Emotional response.
Emotional response.
Because to me, again, not hating, it's like the uncanny valley of sound. When things are almost human, look almost human but aren't.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like.
Yeah,
feels like a robot is singing this, but it's like a dang good mimic of a human.
We don't know who worked on it either. If you do know, let us know.
But we'll hopefully have that answer.
We'll have that
out. We're trying to find the origins.
Yeah. But
should we do a little more history about the Rank&File since we're talking about the...
Yeah, it is the 60th anniversary of Marshall, but also of Rank&File.
Yes.
60 years of Rank&File.
Rank&File was a newspaper. This year and last year it's a magazine, but it has also been a magazine in for small stints in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because a lot of people still call it the newspaper. My teacher the other
me,
day was like, "Oh, you're on the newspaper staff, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," because that's what I call it, even though it is a magazine.
So for the first magazine, actually,
was this one a newspaper?
Well, first of all, we say 60th anniversary of Rank&File. First publication did not have a name.
True.
It says publications seek names as the title. So
yeah. So I guess we're the first 60th anniversary of Publication Seeks Names.
Yeah. No longer seeking names.
Yeah, we have found a name, sought and done.
I wish we could find some of the old names. It might be in here, but I haven't done a deep dive through the old newspaper yet. But
we should. Let's do a deep dive right now.
Right now? Okay, Reyna, I'm passing you the computer.
Uh-oh.
So for the second article, it basically talks about the contest winners. Oh, we didn't mention that they did a contest to see who could think of the best name, and Rank&File won.
Rank&File won.
Yeah, okay. So I don't think they have a list of what they didn't publish a list of what all the options were. But it says, after much thought, examination, and re-examination from the publications board composed of teachers and students, selected Reveille for the name of the literary magazine and Rank&File as the name for the newspaper. The name of the yearbook appears next spring.
Wait, isn't Reveille the name of the yearbook?
No. Reveille's a literary
Columbian
magazine.
is the yearbook.
Columbian's yearbook.
What's the difference between I should know this. What's the difference between
Between the yearbook and the literary magazine?
Very different.
No. What's the difference?
Extremely
No,
different.
not the yearbook. Not the yearbook.
Reyna is shaking her boots.
You're talking to the editor-in-chief of
the
Reveille.
Reveille.
What's the difference? Why don't you give us?
Oh yeah, okay.
Why don't you plug yourself?
There's probably to be fair, there's probably a lot of people that are like Will and do not know.
No,
Yeah,
because
that's really fair.
And also a lot of people who probably don't even know what the Rank&File is.
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't even know we had a website, including me.
This is true.
This
Today,
is really bad.
Will worked on the magazine for a whole year last year. Never knew we had a news website.
It is gcmnews.net.
We'll plug it again at the end for all of our social media links and such.
And I'm in charge of posting on that, so that's my work you're seeing. I mean, obviously not every article is written by me, but I post every article.
Yeah, so
written.
if it's bad, you can go yell at Eleanor.
Yeah, and the other editors. So.
Okay, an explanation. Rank&File is a news magazine, which means that we write articles about what's happening at the school. We have the perspective of students, teachers, faculty, parents. We connect it to like world issues or national issues. And journalistic writing in what we do is not opinionated. It's not what we call editorialized. So the opinions come from the sources, not from us. Then we also include opinions and from which are sort of like other students or people around the school writing full stories by themselves, and then we publish those. Mm-hmm. And then there's also editorials, which is the only time when the staff ourselves write about what we think and feel about school issues.
And so, can I butt in for a second? Yeah, so sort of like the opinion stuff, editorials and the opinion pieces, we're going to have Marie Kaw in charge of that. Where she is the opinion editor for the Rank&File. Just fun fact, because we'll try to like point out the staff. So
our editor-in-chief?
Itana Wells.
Fearless leader.
Yes.
Incredible. Okay, so second, we have the Columbian Yearbook, which is still journalism, but we call it photojournalism. That's the class that you take to become part of the yearbook staff. Yearbook is about memorializing sort of like big events at the school. Obviously, you get the yearbook. It's much longer. Like, it's like 300 pages. They have like very intense, strict deadlines. So much like credit and respect to all the yearbook staff. Seriously. And they still do like stories. The stories themselves are shorter because they're just like mostly like captions for photos or just like short sections talking about specific students and their lives or events around the school. So the focuses of that are two different things. And of course, the yearbook only happens one time per year, and Rank&File has 8 editions. Reveille, which is the literary magazine, is about sharing student work, so art and writing. So Reveille also happens only once a year. So throughout the whole year, the Reveille staff is collecting submissions from students. So student-created original art, original poetry, short stories, fiction, nonfiction, anything. Even like music, performance, anything. And then we compile it into a magazine, a printed magazine. So that's not stories or news at all. It's about art.
Mm-hmm. So there's no like staff writers in the Reveille.
Right.
Is it
all the students are the staff.
Is it like a magazine, or is it more like a book?
It's more like a magazine. It's like 24 pages.
So,
it looks like the Rank&File. It has like a glossy cover.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you have a really strong opinion and you want to share that, go to Rank&File. And if you sort of want to express your art, maybe you're a poet or you like to paint, then go to Reveille. Mm-hmm. Very good opportunities there.
And there is some like cross collaboration and all of that. There's also like GCM Now, who we collaborate with. There's a lot of stuff going on with journalism and publication at Marshall.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people don't know, I feel.
Yeah. No, so that's one of the, maybe Will, you can speak to this more, but that's one of the reasons that we kind of feel passionate about having a podcast, is like hopefully spreading the words to students.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of people, Rank&File was just this thing that appeared in their classroom every couple months and that they looked at. But yeah, you should check it out. Look in a lot of effort and a lot of cool things in there.
Yeah, so speaking for the podcast, since I guess I'm the man at the podcast, so...
The pod man.
Pod
guy.
Podman cast.
Podman.
What? Podman cast.
So, for the podcast this year, just going back to the main topic, the reason why I'm pushing so hard for the podcast to be, like, coming out sooner than, like, more often than not, because I want more opinions to be spread, whether that be about stories, whether it should be more opportunities for Marshall as a school, like students, teachers, anyone. We want opinions to be spread through either Rank&File or, as Reyna said, art in the Reveille magazine. And, I mean, as, like, a staff, we haven't done much to really get ourselves out there besides put our names under stories. And I feel like the podcast will add more, like, characterization to the people in the staff, so then more people at Marshall would feel as though they're comfortable with talking to us and getting opportunities.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because I know the yearbook, like, we'll do, like, in a lot of other clubs and organizations, we'll do posts like, this is our, like, leader, this is, like, their secretary, whatever, and I know they have, like, the yearbook has like a poster in D211 like that's like a picture of every staff member, or the editors at least. And I feel like we haven't done that sort of personal marketing.
And we will be having guests, or whoever is present for that recording will talk about a certain topic that this person has knowledge about or is passionate about. We'll do that with our staff members and with students.
And also teachers. We hope to get a lot of teachers
True,
on here.
yeah.
Have some fun with
Faculty.
teachers.
Yeah.
Because, teachers, they know things, but how much do they know?
We might have quiz times.
Yeah, we might have translation.
I
we
know
might have
a lot
quiz
of
times.
a lot of people on staff want quiz times,
Want
so
quiz
I will
times
be
with
giving
teachers.
them quiz times.
I'm coming for you, teachers. I'm not.
Quizzes
I'm not.
on what?
Are you gonna out any teachers? No,
No,
that's not out
no,
teachers. That's
no.
mean.
Ouch.
No, it's just like certain subjects. It'd be fun to quiz them.
Yeah.
Like film study teacher.
How much do you know
Quiz
about
trivia.
film?
Exactly.
How much do you know about
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
like science teacher, how much do you know about history or something? That could
Oh,
be-
true.
Oh.
No, it'd be really funny if we get like an English teacher and give them a math quiz.
And they get like either like all of them right, and they're secretly made for math.
Yeah.
This year we have new staff, some new class or a new class. I'm not sure if it's multiple or just one.
Oh, a lot of it returned.
We have a lot of returning classes this year.
Like film study.
Oh, I was like all of them, like English.
I mean, yeah, no.
Obviously.
No,
We
by
mean,
returning
like-
classes have
They
been
were
in the
new
past.
last-
No,
Right,
that's a good thing to clarify. Reyna, will you take it away with the new staff this year?
Yes. So so there's also returning. We're actually going to be talking about faculty, so teachers.
Yeah.
To clarify, yeah.
To clarify. So, Jeremy Wade, from the science department, there's Jeremy Wade, who has worked at Marshall before, but was left for a bit and came back. Apparently, fun fact, everyone thinks that he looks like Jack Harlow. And also, my math teacher, Mr. Fisher, says that Mr. Wade looks a lot like him, Mr. Fisher.
Who then logically would also
So
look like Jack Harlow.
So
Everyone's
essentially-
Jack Harlow.
I also have Mr. Fisher, and I do see the Jack Harlow.
Yeah, I see him more in him than Mr. Wade.
I don't know what
honestly.
Mr. Wade looks
Maybe-
I
like.
saw him like in the hallway today. Someone pointed him out.
We should bring
No.
them in and quiz them on Jack Harlow.
Yes.
No, Mr. Fisher is a Jack Harlow type, though. He just
Yeah.
looks like him. Oh, yes. Do any of us really
Musician?
know concretely who Jack Harlow is? Yes, a musician.
Tippity typity. Who's Jack Harlow?
We know pop culture.
No. Even though we're on the podcast, that does not mean
Oh.
we are.
He looks different now.
He looks different.
Well, I feel like because he's not smiling.
guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Jack Harlow
He's
is.
a
He's a
musician.
musician.
And,
Explain to me.
Okay, he makes music.
Oh no way!
He makes music, and he's also just a very popular
Oh, it says
celebrity.
American rapper.
Oh,
specifically.
he's a rapper.
There you go.
Guess we have two rappers as teachers
Honestly,
this year,
I
or
don't know.
the same
Have
guy.
Any
as,
of us ever heard
A Jack
one
Harlow
of the
song.
song?
I would say let's play one, but we shouldn't copyright. Can we get copyrighted?
Yeah, we can sing it though.
Okay, next
If we
time
find it.
we
Next
promise
time-
that we'll learn the song,
First
sing a
Class.
cappella.
Did you guys hear it? That's like came out recently. It's like First Class into the sky.
Okay,
No.
Reyna, I'm sorry, but I have not heard First Class Into the Sky.
I mean, I just heard it, but I've not heard it from Jack Harlow.
That was so embarrassing. Okay.
No, that was good right now.
An English in the English department, there is Rebecca Ray, who I met in one of my classes.
Oh, also,
before
we continue, we are doing profiles on them, so if you want
Yeah,
to get to
that's
know
why
them
we're
more,
mentioning this,
you can come to the website and check them out.
GCM News.
And probably, by the time this comes out,
Probably, yeah.
right
If
now.
not all of them, most of them.
Yeah.
Just keep checking regularly.
Yeah, as you
honestly.
should anyways.
Yeah.
I expect daily.
Bookmark that on your
Yes.
FCPS computer. Okay.
Bookmark it on all your computers.
every
we
single
should
computer.
petition for it to be automatically bookmarked.
True. Who agrees?
They can't respond, Reyna. You
I
know
heard them
that.
say yes.
Okay. Rebecca Ray, Sophia Andrioli, Tess Bresnahan, and Lynn Steve.
If we pronounced any of your names wrong, we are very
We
sorry.
apologize.
We apologize.
The point of this is not to like
Spread misinformation.
spread misinformation. That's the opposite of the point.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we just want to like familiarize you with some of these names, just if you're curious.
Yeah, and you could even swing by their classroom and say hi.
Teachers are
This
people
is
too.
interesting. PE teachers, Mr. Horn, no E.
Maybe we can quiz them and see who's the real Mr.
But
Horn.
I'm pretty sure M.A. Horn is also Mr. Horn with an E's email.
That is confusing.
But just no E.
There's gonna be a lot of mistakes, I feel, or it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, actually. It's literally M.A. Horn.
Wait.
They're both M.A. Horn. It's just the PE teacher has no E and the English teacher.
Okay, so if you're trying to
Has an
contact the PE
E
teacher...
for English.
E for English!
E for English!
Yes, E
And
for English.
without E for it,
PE.
PE.
Oh, that's
Health,
confusing.
Health.
Help.
Gym.
Gym
department.
Jim, no E. In email, no put E to Jim.
Yes.
Yes.
But also, name not Jim.
Name not Jim.
Name M? Matthew?
M-A. I'm assuming it's Matthew.
Are they both Matthew?
It could... Okay,
Michael?
that's what we find out. Is it...
Yeah.
What's his first name?
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't
But
think the
you-
other teachers.
But you were
Hold on.
telling that you were saying the other teachers' first names.
Yeah, it is Michael.
Okay, so it's Michael.
This one, yeah, it didn't say it here, but it's Michael. And then also in PE and Health, we have
Well, Will
David
Sims have a lot of...
Razmiriak. No, I said that wrong. David Razmirek. Okay. For new math teachers, we have Wilmore.
I actually interviewed Mr. Wilmore. Very cool guy. Would recommend talking to him. And there will be also be a brief about him out, because my coworker Julius and I are writing.
Staff writer.
Staff writer Julius.
Wilmore is not in the FCPS
email system yet. I mean, he worked at South Lakes before this, so surely he would already
It's not
have.
popping up.
Interesting.
It might be under something else. Wait, how do you email
Okay.
him?
What do you mean how? You type in their name.
Yeah, but like, what do you mean he's not under the email?
Yeah, how did you email? How did you contact?
He definitely is because Julius emailed him.
We will figure out.
No, he definitely
We will
is.
go full
I don't-
detective to
it's not
figure out
coming up.
where it went.
Wow, this is crazy. Oh, pro tip. Teachers respond better to their
FCPS.edu.
fcps.edu account, which does not pop up on its own if you're trying to email them. So, but the beginning is the same. So, like for Mr. Horn, for example, the English teacher with an E, it would be M.A. Horn at and then you would see at fcpsschools.net. Then you would just start at M.A. Horn at fcps.edu. Pro tips
a
with
lot
rank
of
and
like
file.
upperclassmen probably know that, but if you're underclassmen, you do
I
not.
did not know that for a long time.
Yeah, and honestly, they will not respond.
They
A majority
won't.
of them just simply won't. I don't know why they all decided.
I don't. Yeah, me neither.
They just don't. I don't know.
I
can't explain
tell you.
it, but that's
I
just...
mean, it might
tell
just
you.
be like an auto login thing, since I know personally with like school accounts, you get logged out instantly. So it could just be that they're automatically logged into the one and mostly only check the one since it's easier. And I mean, that's very fair.
For new history teachers, we have one who is Tola Adewologun. And then we have a list for special education teachers. One is Lynette Steve, again. Karen Solomon, Eric Fisher. Not that Fisher.
Another Fisher.
It doesn't have a C.
Okay, no C.
No C. Sophia Andrioli and Tess Brasnahan. So a few are new to the school and are also doing special education. And then we have a couple CTE teachers, which is career and technical education. So usually like academy classes and things like that. Meredith Fallon, Andrew Lynchicome. And then one new ESOL teacher who is Jessica Batterton. Yeah, that should be all. And then there's also a few new counselors this year.
There's many new counselors this year.
Four.
Yeah, there's four.
We
So
know?
half of them are new. And there's one long-term sub, Miss Singley.
I mean, go say hi to them too. Like,
No, yeah, it's important to
Especially
get
if
to
they
know
are
your
your
counselor.
counselor.
Yeah.
yeah, if they are your counselor, don't be
Truly.
afraid to go talk to them.
Especially because, I mean, we're seniors. Probably some of you are too. You need those counselor recommendations.
And we're actually going to be publishing a story about kind of the effect of all these new counselors. Hopefully a full 2 pages.
Yeah.
In the next issue of the Rank&File. So if you're interested about learning more about your counselors, like hobbies and stuff, and then like their plans for how they're going to support students, even though it's their own first year here, we'll be talking about all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, don't be afraid to go talk to your counselors. Because
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I know
really
personally
nice
from freshman year to junior year, I was actually afraid to talk to my counselor because, I mean, new high school, and since COVID years, it was kind of scary to be interacting with people, like, in a social environment after going full online.
And Will and I, we're in the same alphabet range, and we've had, I think, 5 counselors in 4 years.
It's 4 or 5. I know.
5,
it was Nelson, Singley,
And then,
Blakely, and then Miss Sack,
Miss Sack.
and then Mr. M.
Yeah, Mr. M.
Yeah, and also just, I mean, counselors are just human beings, you know? If you go to them just wanting something, like a class change, they're probably not going to be the happiest.
I mean,
I don't
they'll
know.
do what you want.
Oh, of course they'll do
like-
what you want, but, like, it's nice to just go and talk to them.
Doing interviews with counselors and seeing, like, oh, we set up an interview for Learn, and then seeing the amount of students lined up at their door just showing up, like, their doors are open all the time. I can't even imagine how hard it is to get work done.
Yeah.
So, like, just be nice to your counselors. Like, they're amazing
Exactly.
people, and what they do is really incredible.
Don't even, like, be afraid to, like, email them, or even just any of your teachers just being like, yo,
You're cool.
you're cool. How's
you.
life?
Yeah.
Since,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just scary being in high school.
It is, and it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and even as a senior, if you feel as though, like, you shouldn't be scared of being in high school, I mean, it's still a public setting. People get anxiety. Things happen.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, we're all seniors, by the way.
oh yeah, we're all
We all are
seniors.
seniors. But you're the only one of us who's been here for all 4 years, right?
I am.
No, I have been here.
Oh, yeah, I always forget that.
High five right now.
Oh, wow.
This is the longest I've ever been at one school.
Same. It will be when I'm done.
I've never moved, sadly. Or
Look at that. Different perspective.
yeah, different perspectives, and that's why we're gonna be
Wow.
bringing new people on.
Yes.
For the podcast.
I know, like, you will not have to listen to us the entire time and all the episodes.
Or you're gonna have to listen to
I
me.
know we're
True.
incredible, but...
But unfortunately, you will not get the chance to.
But they'll
No.
be coming back. I assure you, since we're gonna introduce all the staff eventually.
So yeah, we do have a lot of new teachers, a lot of new things in general this year, and one of those things is the new bell schedule.
I know, big gasp. I know a lot of people have varying opinions on the new bell schedule, since
And that's definitely something we're going to explore.
yeah, it's a lot closer to how it was my freshman year, so 3 years ago. And so it's just, it switches red and blue day still. It goes first, learn, or teacher advisory, depending on Wednesdays. 3rd, 5th, and then 7th on red days. And then on blue days, it goes second, 4th period, which 4th period consists...
Second and then Learn.
Oh, yeah, second, learn. Thank you, Reyna. And then the return periods, which cycle out. I know a lot... My parents, at least, had a hard time trying to figure it out. It cycles. So, since it was it 5th and 6th last class?
Let's just say it was.
Yeah, let's say it was 5th and 6th
It was
last
5th and
class.
6th.
So the
Okay.
next return periods would be 7th, 8th, and then the next on.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if they released a calendar yet for the red and blue
They
day
have,
schedule.
They finally
yeah.
did. Reyna was on
Oh,
them.
it was mostly my mom.
Fair.
Because she works in a school. And so she was like, oh, how have they not posted this yet? But honestly, the administration here is, like,
They-
really busy.
Yeah,
So
no,
that makes sense.
it's very
Um,
fair.
It's honestly fair.
Where can
So
you find
I
that?
wasn't personally offended, but so I'm not sure if they have it. Last year it was posted in the All Students tab on Schoology, which is a course. I didn't see it there this year, so it might end up being there, but you can find printed versions at Student Services, and kind of most teachers have one on their walls now. But yeah, I'm not it's probably on the Marshall website too.
Yeah. Always be checking like Schoology for updates, because
Yeah.
you'll find a lot of things under even just like the library tab, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
clubs that post under there.
And honestly, people don't understand how much information is on the FCPS and Marshall websites. Like, there's a lot there. If you're ever confused about something, check there first, or check the rank and file.
Yeah.
Like, on our social media account, we've posted the bell schedules and all of that. So, those are always good resources.
Yeah.
Personal opinions on the bell schedule?
I mean, I feel like they could have made Learn either different or longer, since I feel like I personally can't get much done during Learn. And I don't know how to feel about the push towards putting club meetings on Mondays.
They're definitely not going to, like, require that, so it doesn't...
It's not a requirement, it's more of, like, a push towards...
There's more of they're, like, encouraging it.
Okay, because I have friends in robotics, and they have an interest meeting Monday, and there's an assembly for freshmen Monday. They are voting for student leaders. Student leaders. Student government.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a clash.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of things happen on Mondays during Learn, so I'm unsure how.
Does anyone know why they're pushing for Mondays?
I
think it's just an idea of, like, more organization to it or something.
But that doesn't make any sense because if all clubs are on Monday and if you're part of multiple clubs...
I'm not really sure. Mr. Litz mentioned that in his beginning of school email, and it definitely wasn't, like, a mandatory. It was like, we want to, like... I'm not really sure why. Maybe
we can look more into that, honestly.
We can look more into that.
We can just talk to Mr. Litz.
I know that the administration and teachers always are encouraging working on homework during Learn, so maybe that's why.
I think it is a big push towards getting students to do more schoolwork, but that's also a thing. I know a lot of people like to meet with friends during Learn, and the push towards doing mostly schoolwork during Learn has kind of clashed with those ideals, goals, dreams, who knows.
My dream is
to hang out with people during Learn.
I gotta be honest, I was really excited when I saw the developed schedule because they actually listened to student feedback.
That's exactly, like, my opinion. Like, although in my view it might not be perfect, it is infinitely better than last year.
Much better than
like,
last
just
year.
because it's so much better than last year, even though it's not perfect, I was so excited. I immediately texted Reyna.
We're like,
it's so good.
Also, a big thing with staff is don't think we're like robots, really. We do have social lives, so don't be afraid to come talk to us.
Well,
come talk to us. If you see us in the hallway, don't be afraid to say hi.
You're saying, like, rank-and-file staff?
Yeah, rank-and-file staff. Even, I can't speak for the yearbook staff.
Oh, yeah.
Not newbies.
The newbies.
I encourage everyone to just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Let's work towards a better community.
Yeah.
Or not better. Whoa.
What is this? Advisory?
Okay.
No, but
we should just call this
advisory is better than
yes. I mean, I feel like advisory is very dependent on your advisory class.
Yeah.
Because a lot of advisory teachers will encourage you to do the content. Others don't. But I would say, like, my advisory class is a very nice space. I appreciate it. I think the fact that advisory is separated by year is a lot better because you're around people who are going through exactly what you're going through. A lot of my advisor class is just whining about college applications, which is something that I need. It's like I need to get it out of my system, so it's nice.
But there's also the issue that there's a lot of, like, stigma between, like, clashing, like, classes where,
That's
like,
true.
I feel as though it's kind of hard to make friends in between the different, like, class levels.
Yeah,
since
after activities like rank and file is, like, one of the only ways that you can kind of do that.
Mostly electives because there's not that many core classes. I think it's mostly science and math.
Yeah. Mostly math, probably.
Mostly math. Yeah.
Some science, though.
Like ESS.
And also, like, Rishi, a junior on the staff, is in SL2 Chem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the new changes with teacher advisory, I like how it's going, but we need to know from you, the listeners, because a lot of us aren't freshmen. I don't think we have any freshmen on staff this year.
No.
Yeah, so freshmen, sophomores, even juniors and seniors, just email us, like, personally and let us know.
Or come up to our room is D211.
Yes.
So that's an upstairs D hall.
You can, like, come in during Learn, and at least someone on, like, the newspaper staff will most likely be willing to talk to you.
If not, our teacher advisor, Mr. Reinish, will be there.
Yeah.
And put you in contact with one of us, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
We talked about introductions, talked about new staff, talked about the new schedule.
And we jumped around a lot, but we did cover
we
some
hope you
important
enjoyed
topics.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed. You can find me personally, Will Blackburn, at 152-7728 at fcpsschools.net if you have ideas.
It's so funny, like, saying your number like that.
Yeah, it makes me feel like we're all, like,
robots.
Yeah.
Look,
we are.
speak robotically. It happens sometimes.
Maybe we are robots.
Maybe we are robots. You'll only know by emailing me.
Maybe we're
Martians.
No.
we'll get into that next
we'll
time.
get
We'll
into
get
that
into that
later.
next time.
That's
But
a
again,
sneak peek for you.
Yes.
if you want to
sneak
find
peek.
me and you have ideas for the podcast, maybe even want to guest star on the podcast, it doesn't have to be like big. It can be about clubs, classes, etc.
We would love to hear you. And also, if you see two people in spacesuits, come up to one of us. That's me and Will.
Yeah.
And we can get you on the podcast because we love to just talk to people. Hear
Yeah.
what the students have to say. Anything.
Again,
Anything.
my school ID and email, since I will be checking that
My
regularly.
classification number
My
is
classification number is 152-7728 at fcpsschools.net.
Mine is better. It is 1597647.
Whoa, ours are similar. I never realized that.
I realize that.
Oh.
I've seen your number.
I've seen your number.
I know you.
Mine is 1597564.
If you want to find us elsewhere, you can email me personally at 152-7728 at fcpsschools.net. Again, 152-7728 at fcpsschools.net. And we will be posting regularly on stories on Instagram at GCM Rank and File. GCM Rank and File.
Thank you, goodbye.